Hello everybody, it's Green Thumb. So we're back in the kitchen, and today we're making pickled jalapeno rings. Going to be using some red ones and some green ones. These are all out of the garden, and right, so all out of the garden. So what we've got behind you, you're on the stove, the tripod's sitting on the stove. I've got my water bath canner on the stove. I've got a small pot for the lids for the jars. I have a pot with 6 cups of white vinegar, 2 cups of water, 3 cloves of garlic, and a little shot of pink Himalayan rock salt. This is a Ball's Blue Book certified recipe for those of you who want to use a recipe that's certified. So this is it. And we also have just shy of 3 pounds of jalapeno peppers here. So step 1, I've already got my pot of water heating up for canning. I'm going to start taking these peppers. They've all been washed. I'm going to cut the tops off them. Right? I'm going to cut the tops off. And then I'm going to figure out how to get the seeds and the pith out of the inside. And I think I'm going to use something like that and just kind of, do that on the inside and get it out. Because I got big fat fingers and there's no way they're getting in there. So that's what we're doing. All right, so take your little spoon handle, take your pepper, cut the top off. There, get it in frame. Just run your spoon handle around the inside like that. Pull the main center core out. Give it a little bit of a once over. Couple of taps. Good? Okay. All right, so you guys know what the plan is for that. I'll catch up to you when all the peppers are done. All right, so we have 2 bowls of jalapenos. Oh, move those in the frame. 2 bowls of jalapenos, cut and cored. Using that spoon worked out really well. And also, just so, for you guys that don't work with jalapenos, that's a ripe jalapeno, okay? And if you guys want to harvest seeds so you can grow them again next year, you got to get them out of these red ones, okay? Because that means the seeds are fully formed and fully viable. In the green ones, they're not quite ripe yet. So that's what you're looking for. Now, sorry about the sniffles, guys. I'm still sick here. But I have to deal with this food or I'm going to lose it. So with these jalapenos, I can't strip these of seeds for myself because I grew my peppers so close to each other this year. They were 12 inches apart, and I had various types of peppers all grown together. I had 2 rows. For you guys who have watched my garden videos, I've got 2 rows of peppers, and I've got all different kinds of peppers in there. So there's a pretty good chance that these jalapeno peppers have been cross-pollinated by another type of sweet pepper or my Alma paprika peppers or something. So I'm not going to take the seeds out of these. If you had like your own standalone jalapeno patch, you'd probably be okay. So next step, we're going to take these and we're just going to cut them into rings. All right. So we've cored them. We're going to cut them into rings and then go in the bowl. Because we're not doing 2 or 3 peppers, we're doing almost 3 pounds. I would highly suggest you wear gloves. If not, you're probably going to start getting burns on your fingers. So I'm going to cut all these peppers up into rings. I'll be back. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Something happened with my phone again. I've been talking here and the thing hasn't even been recording. All right, well, they're all on. I was just saying how when you're putting your rings on, they're finger tight. Okay, when your hand starts to twist on the ring, they're tight enough. And never store any of your canned products with that ring on. After these come out of the canner and they're going to wait 24 hours, I'm going to label them. I'm going to wash the jars, and I'm going to bring them downstairs. And when I put them on my shelf back in the box that they came in, I'm taking those rings off, because if the product spoils and you have the ring on, the ring is going to lock all that spoilage in there and you may not know the product has gone bad. But if you don't have the ring on, it'll just pop the top off and then you'll know for sure, right? And another reason is because these rings can start to rust if you leave them on the products. All right? So, let's there we go. Oh, not high enough, is it? Real-time YouTube creation, guys. This is how it is. Fiddling with tripods and all kinds of stuff, trying to get the right angles. Some people are super good at it. I am not very good at it. All right, now you're gonna need your jar lifter. And when you're water bath canning, you want the water at least an inch over the top of your jars. Okay, that's how you get a proper seal in your jars, because now they're away from the external environment, right? And you always got to make sure that you have one of those little trays in the bottom of your pan or your pot here. You don't want your jars sitting right on the bottom. So we're going to put these in. Got one more to go. And another thing that I do is, out of frame that you guys can't see, I also have a kettle with boiled water in it, hot and ready to go, because sometimes it's hard to tell how much water you have on top of your jar lids, right? So what I do is I take a spoon, you guys can see here, I touch the top of the jar, you want at least an inch, okay? And I'll just measure it with my finger. That's how much water we have on there. That's about 1.75 inches. So we're good to go. If I didn't have enough water in there, I would just pour some of it right out of the boiled kettle that I already have ready. So I'm gonna stop the camera. We're gonna set a timer for 10 minutes. And in 10 minutes, we'll pull this out and we're good to go. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Look at the colors in there. The reds and the greens all mixed up. All right, so out of all of those peppers, just shy of 3 pounds, we ended up with 6 pint jars. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the brine mixture on the stove and we're just going to start topping all these up. The recipe, the balls recipe, actually says to strain the garlic out, but I like garlic, so I'm not going to strain the garlic out. I'm going to leave it in, and we're literally just going to fill it up so there's a 1/2 inch of head space. We're just going to work our way through here. And the recipe says that if you run out of brine, you can top it up with straight vinegar. So I don't quite know about that, but I think maybe if they mean you have like one jar where you need a little bit of brine, that you can kind of top it up with some straight vinegar. Because you can't really just do one straight vinegar, then you're not following a recipe, right? So it looks like I'm going to have to whip up some more brine, because there's definitely not enough in this pot. All right. Nope. Whoop, missed a little. You know what we're going to do then? We're going to do a 1/2 and 1/2. Like that. Like that. And we're going to top it up with straight vinegar. Okay, oh, a little more. And then what I'm going to do... Whoop, sorry. Kicked the tripod. My bad. We still in frame? Yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do, because I had to top it up with straight vinegar, is I'm going to take some pink Himalayan rock salt and I'm going to give it a couple of shots in each. Because technically your brine is a vinegar. Your brine is a vinegar and salt for the most part, right? Water, I guess, is just to thin it out a little bit. All right, timer's up. And let's pull these out. So I was just, there we go, okay. I was just running out the leftover bits and pieces of stems and stuff from the muck bucket from when I was preparing all this. And guess what I found in my backyard? It's pouring rain right now. My weed plant has fallen over and split in two at the main stem like a banana peel. I don't know if I'm going to be able to salvage the plant. Yeah, I know. I can feel some of you, your heart's already breaking. It's in real rough shape. And I have to leave because I'm going out for supper. So I've got it tied up as best I could temporarily. And I'll have to try and sort it out some more when I get home. But it looks like I might be losing maybe half of my plant. All right, guys. So there we are. Pickled jalapeno rings. I'm going to let those sit for 24 hours, well, till tomorrow at supper time. And then James, one of these is for you. Sarah, one of these is for you. And probably hand one over to my mom if she wants one. And I'll keep the other three. You know, sharing the bounty. All right, guys, I love you. Say a prayer for my plants. All right. And share this content out. And like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You know, do all the things. Show me some love. Have a great day. See ya.